So right now I am watching WWF Royal Rumble 2000. I'm going to watch the whole event. This was in the middle of WWF's Attitude Era, and this is one of the marquee pay-per-views that they had at this time. The main event is obviously the Royal Rumble match, one of my favorite matches of the year, probably my favorite match of the year, because it's one where there is some unpredictability. Usually most of today's wrestling is pretty predictable, but the Royal Rumble match still has some unpredictability. You're never 100% sure who's going to win. So obviously that's the main event of this show, to find out who will head to WrestleMania 2000 and face the WWF champion. That will be decided in the main event. There's also some other big time matches on this card. For the WWF Championship, I'm actually watching the opening video package for this event, and it's focused on that match. And the match is Triple H versus Cactus Jack, also known as Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, but Cactus Jack in this particular case. And it's a street fight. And I should mention, this event takes place in New York City at Madison Square Garden. It's going to be a street fight here at the Garden. Now the pyro's going off inside of Madison Square Garden here. You can tell that place is packed. I've been to Madison Square Garden several times, and it's really amazing when you're in there. It's sold out. It's a wrestling event. It's highly anticipated. I went there for Survivor Series 2011. That's when The Rock made his return to professional wrestling after, about 7 years, more than 7 years. I think his previous last match was in 2004, and he came back in 2011, and I was there, and I remember The Rock coming out, and the arena shook. The floor beneath my feet shook. That's how amazing it is to be inside of Madison Square Garden during a WWE event. Now, this particular event is in the height of the Attitude Era, so people are going crazy at WWF Royal Rumble 2000 here. And the very first match is about to get underway. Here comes the first participant, Kurt Angle. This was still early on in Kurt Angle's career. He still has hair on his head, and he is taking on a mystery opponent in the opening match of WWF Royal Rumble 2000. He's still like fresh-faced and everything. Remember, at this time, he was probably 31 years old, maybe 32 years old. That's about it. He was so young at this time. And he was still playing the bad guy who pretends like he's a good guy and that everyone should cheer for him because he's an Olympic hero. He's on the microphone now. Everybody's booing him, and he said he's proud to be at Madison Square Garden. He said, in a building this famous, they deserve to have a true champion performing in front of them. That's Kurt Angle. Now he's insulting the New York Knicks, who haven't won a NBA championship since the 70s. And now the crowd's booing him even more. And Kurt is going to be their champion. That's what he's saying. And now he's addressing his mystery opponent who he is about to face. And the crowd is getting wild because they know who it is. New York City fans are the smartest wrestling fans. They always know what's going to happen before it happens. And this was before the day of social media and all that. This was 2000. The internet was available, but, it wasn't crazy like it is today. Everybody's chanting, "We want Tazz," because they know who the opponent is, and he hasn't even come out yet. Everybody's chanting, "We want Tazz." And Kurt has to pretend like nobody knows what's going on. And here he comes. Everybody, okay, the crowd just erupted because they're seeing Tazz's Titan. They're seeing Tazz's face on the Titantron. A camera is zooming in on the Titantron. Now they're showing the entryway. Tazz is coming out with towel on his head. Remember? Oh, now Tazz. They just announced it's Tazz. Match has started. Oh, Tazz just backdrop Kurt Angle over the top rope. Oh, Tazz and Kurt Angle fighting outside the ring in the entryway. And Kurt Angle just hit a vertical suplex on Tazz on the entryway, which, by the way, they did such a great job with this entrance setup at Royal Rumble 2000. They have a taxi cab hanging above the entryway. Remember, this is in New York City at Madison Square Garden. And the entryway is like a street. They have the white lines painted, and they got graffiti on the walls. They did one of the most memorable sets that WWF ever had. Okay, they're back in the ring. Kurt Angle's got his boot on Tazz's throat in the corner. Kurt Angle going for a belly-to-belly, hits it, and he celebrates, hitting a belly-to-belly suplex. Now, Tazz was known as the human suplex machine. He has a whole bunch of suplexes of his own. Obviously, Kurt Angle, gold medalist, Olympic champion wrestler. Oh my goodness. And Tazz just hit an overhead suplex off the ropes into the middle of the ring. Went for the pin, and Kurt Angle got his foot on the rope. Now Kurt Angle inside cradle. 1, 2. Tazz kicks out. Knocked down by Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle is frustrated that he's having some difficulty. German suplex pin by Kurt Angle. 1, 2. Tazz kicks out. Okay, Kurt Angle. He's going for his Olympic slam. And Tazz, oh my goodness. He German suplexed Kurt Angle and flipped him inside out. Now, another overhead belly-to-belly suplex. And Tazz is asking the crowd, should I do one more? Exploder suplex by Tazz on Kurt Angle. Now he has the Tazz mission. He's got the Tazz mission locked in on Kurt Angle. He's got it locked in. The commentators are suggesting it's a chokehold, which would be illegal. An illegal choke. And the referee just rang the bell, and Tazz is the winner. The referee stopped the match because Kurt Angle passed out from that submission hold. But just as a spoiler, Kurt Angle, it was found out that was actually an illegal chokehold, and Kurt Angle's winning streak at this time, he was undefeated in the WWF at this time. His win streak remained intact because that was technically an illegal chokehold, according to Kurt Angle. So the referee didn't say anything. The referee thought it was legal in the middle of the match. Now they have brought out a stretcher to administer oxygen to Kurt Angle and stretcher him out of here because he's unconscious. No, this is fun. Wow. They just put a mask on him for the oxygen. And now they're in the back. Michael Cole is interviewing Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, and Terry Runnels is also there. Terry is their manager, but she will be competing in the Miss Royal Rumble swimsuit contest later on in this event. Matt and Jeff Hardy will be facing the Dudley Boyz in a tag team tables match up next. They're showing clips of episodes of Raw and SmackDown in recent weeks where these guys, the Hardys and the Dudleys, have put each other through tables. And Terry Runnels is saying that they're going to go out there and tear the roof off the place, but Matt and Jeff are telling her that she has to stay backstage because it's too dangerous out there with the Dudleys and the tables. And remember, Terry has to compete in the swimsuit contest later on. And now they're showing the outside in New York City. They're showing the Empire State Building. And they're showing that the Royal Rumble is brought to you by 1-800-COLLECT. Remember calling Collect? This was back in the year 2000, so... Oh, here we go. Here comes the Dudley Boyz. The Dudley Boyz are so underrated as a tag team. I mean, I know people consider them to be like one of the greatest tag teams of all time, but nobody ever really talks about how great they were in the ring for putting on exciting, entertaining matches. And in my opinion, they have the greatest finishing move in wrestling history. The 3D is the coolest looking move, and the way they set it up, it builds anticipation. The crowd starts chanting 3D, 3D, and then they hit it. It's the best move in pro wrestling, the 3D. And it's just, not only is the 3D the best move in wrestling, I remember playing WWF No Mercy, the video game on Nintendo 64, and using the 3D in that game was one of the most fun things to do. Now, the Dudley Boyz, funnily enough, are from New York City. They trained in New York City, but they're the heels in this match. So they're going to be insulting New York City right now on the mic. Bubba Ray Dudley is saying that he likes the baseball pitcher John Rocker. John Rocker is a very controversial figure at this time. Devon saying John Rocker should be the mayor and clean up this miserable city. Okay, here we go. Hardy Boys coming out now. Oh, and the match is starting right away. The Dudleys met the Hardys in the entryway. Bell has rung. Teddy Long is the referee. Now, I believe both members have to go through tables in order for this match to end. Oh, full Nelson sit out, like a sit out suplex powerbomb type of maneuver there. Almost like an atomic drop, actually, by Bubba Ray Dudley on Jeff Hardy. And the first table is in the ring. Matt and Jeff are already down from getting beat up by the Dudleys. And the table has been set up. Bubba Ray trying to get a 3D, and no. Matt moved the table out of the way, so Jeff Hardy landed on his back. DDT by Matt Hardy on Bubba Ray. Bubba Ray's outside the ring, and Jeff leaps over the top rope. My goodness, and just flipped right on top of Bubba Ray Dudley. I mean, they make this stuff look easy. But I love how they keep the pace so fast in their matches, the Hardy Boys. I mean, and Jeff Hardy kept doing that even later in his career as a singles wrestler. Now, I just recently watched a match between Jeff Hardy and Shawn Michaels from 2008. I streamed it. It's actually on my channel. And not the match, but my reaction to the match. And he was wrestling like this in 2008, 8 years later. My goodness. Jeff Hardy just picked up a steel chair and whacked Bubba Ray Dudley in the head with it. Now a table is halfway set up. Bubba Ray is laying down on it because Jeff put him there. Now Jeff is running on the barricade, and Bubba Ray just threw the table in Jeff's face. Table did not break, but Jeff got smacked in the face with it. Now Bubba Ray, Matt Hardy are in the ring. Table is positioned. He just laid Matt Hardy down on it. Now here comes Bubba Ray, standing on the second rope. Matt Hardy punched him low. Matt Hardy going for a suplex. His brother Jeff joins him, and they double suplex him off the top turnbuckle. But Devon moved the table, so Bubba Ray does not go through the table. This match continues. Remember, you got to put both of your opponents through tables. Oof. I'm just thinking about that ladder. I mean, Matt just pulled out a ladder. This is not a ladder match. But I was just thinking about that chair shot that Jeff used on Bubba Ray and whacked him in the head with it. So now they're using tables, ladders, and chairs in this match. This is the precursor to the tables, ladders, chairs matches that these guys became wildly popular for, because they had a triangle ladder match at WrestleMania 2000, which was pretty much the first TLC match, but they didn't call it that. And then officially the very first TLC match took place at SummerSlam 2000. And then they had another TLC match at WrestleMania 17. I mean, these guys just brutal matches during the year 2000 and into 2001 and beyond. So now Matt Hardy has Bubba Ray Dudley laying on a table outside the ring. Now he's setting up a ladder outside the ring. Here comes Devon to try to stop him. Matt Hardy standing on the ladder. Oh, Matt and Jeff just put Bubba Ray through a table on the outside. Jeff jumped off the top turnbuckle. Matt Hardy jumped off the ladder, and both of them go through Bubba Ray. So now they got to put Devon through a table, and then they got this match won. They got to put Devon through this table now. The crowd is chanting holy S word. Matt Hardy just smacked Devon in the head with a steel chair. I'm telling you, these steel chair shots to the head, I never get used to seeing them, because you don't see them these days that much anymore. And, you know, obviously everything we know about chronic traumatic encephalopathy, we know you shouldn't be hitting people in the head with chairs. But back then, everybody got hit in the head with chairs. And, well, that's what it was back then. And it did make the match much more violent and brutal to watch. Okay, now they got Matt and Jeff setting up a table on the outside with like the steel steps propping one end of the table up. Now they're laying, they just laid Devon on the table, smacked him in the back with a steel chair. Now Matt went for a leg drop, and he went for a leg drop on Devon. Devon moved, so Matt went through the table. Then he leaned on another table. Jeff then went like somersaulted over the top rope, and Jeff went through the table, and because Devon moved again. So both Hardys went through tables, but it doesn't count because the Dudleys have to put them through the tables. It has to be an offensive maneuver. So that didn't count. Okay, so now Bubba Ray and Devon definitely have the advantage here because those two just went through tables. Now, Bubba Ray and Devon, they have the steel chairs, steel steps in the middle of the ring. They just set up a table on top of it. Okay, it looks like they're about to powerbomb Matt Hardy through this table. Let's see if they pull it off. And boom, they just put Matt through the table. So now they got to put Jeff through a table. And then they can win this match. So Bubba just threw Matt outside the ring. Remember, Matt is the one who just went through the table, so they got to focus on Jeff and getting him through a table. So Jeff and Devon are the ones who haven't gone through a table yet. And JR was just saying, one of these guys, next one goes through the table. Oh my goodness. Bubba Ray Dudley just hit Matt in the head with a steel chair. Matt is out, it looks like. Bubba Ray is setting up some tables in the entranceway. Oh, Bubba Ray is setting up a bunch of tables in the entryway. Meanwhile, Devon is beating the heck out of Matt Hardy. Jeff Hardy... You know what's funny is they have like some other person helping Bubba Ray set up tables. He's laying Matt Hardy on top of the table. And here, oh geez, Jeff Hardy just hit Devon in the head with a steel chair. And then Bubba Ray just grabbed the chair and hit Jeff Hardy in the head with it. Tons of steel chair shots to the head here. Remember, this is the Attitude Era. Okay, so Bubba Ray and Jeff Hardy are now standing above the entranceway. One of the entrances from the concourse, or I guess exits. Bubba Ray is standing on top, looking like he's going to do something to Matt Hardy, which wouldn't make sense because Matt Hardy went through a table. Oh my goodness. Jeff Hardy. Oh my goodness. And Jeff Hardy just smacked Bubba Ray Dudley in the head with a steel chair. Bubba Ray fell backwards through a bunch of tables. Okay, so now Matt is putting Devon on a table. Jeff Hardy, standing above the entranceway, pulls his shirt off and swanton bomb through Devon through a table. That is the end of this match. Bubba Ray and Devon went through tables. They lost the tables match to the Hardy Boys. And by the way, that is one of the best matches you'll ever see. One of the best matches. Matt and Jeff versus Bubba Ray and Devon, tables match, Royal Rumble 2000. You want to see what pro wrestling's all about? Watch that match. And Matt and Jeff are now in the ring celebrating their victory over the Dudley Boys in this table match. So far on the show, we've had Tazz debut. He beats Kurt Angle. Then the second match is an excellent tables match. So the show is off to a rocking start here at Madison Square Garden in New York City. already shaping up to be an amazing show. And now the Dudleys are just regaining consciousness after being put through tables. Their specialty is the tables match, and they just lost. Okay, now we're backstage. Medical personnel is checking on Kurt Angle, who has regained consciousness after being choked out by Tazz. Kurt Angle is woozy. Kurt Angle is saying he's still undefeated because Tazz used an illegal chokehold. Well, here's a spoiler. Maybe Kurt Angle is right, maybe he's wrong, but later on in the year, The Rock beats him 1-2-3 and ends his undefeated streak once and for all. And rightfully so. Now let's see what is the next match here. Oh, we are going to watch the Miss Royal Rumble swimsuit contest here at WWF Royal Rumble 2000. That's what's coming up next. Right now, they're introducing the judges of this swimsuit contest. They have Sergeant Slaughter, Tony Garea. Let's see if there's anybody else. Fabulous Moolah will also be a judge for the for the women's swimsuit contest coming up now. Okay, and another guy, Johnny V, WWF Hall of Famer. And another judge, Classy Freddie Blassie, WWF Hall of Famer. How many judges do they need for a swimsuit contest? And the master of ceremonies will be Jerry the King Lawler. Of course. And Jerry Lawler's in the ring to introduce the participants. Remember, you would never see a swimsuit contest on WWE television today. But these things were common during the late 90s and early 2000s. Here comes Ivory, who really doesn't want to be in this swimsuit contest. Right now, she's covered up wearing a big yellow fleece that says WWF New York on it. For those of you who don't know, WWF New York was a restaurant in New York City, and that's where they held like watch parties for WWF events. It was also a restaurant, obviously, and you could buy food and stuff, and there was big parties, and eventually it closed down. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the popularity of wrestling winded down or it was too expensive to operate, but it's no longer around. Terry Runnels just came out. She will be in the swimsuit contest. Here comes Jacqueline. She will also be in this contest. Let's see who else. Let's see. We got Ivory. We got Terry Runnels. Got Jacqueline. Okay, there was here comes BB, who was really only in the WWF for a cup of coffee, and she was out. She debuted like at the end of 1999, and here she is in a swimsuit contest in early 2000. Here comes Luna Vachon. Rest in peace. But she's in phenomenal physical condition here at this time. Oh, and here comes Miss Kitty. I don't know if she was in a relationship with Jerry Lawler at this time yet. She probably was. So she is the WWF Women's Champion at this time, Miss Kitty. She won the championship in a swimming pool match, swimming pool evening gown match at Armageddon 1999. Not really a wrestling match, but she won the title by ripping off the clothing of other women. Oh, there's another judge that has been added to the panel. There's a million judges for the swimsuit contest. Andy Richter is also judging. Andy Richter is from the Conan O'Brien show, for those of you who don't know. You got a nice ovation at Madison Square Garden here. This was at a time when celebrities were very willing to get involved in pro wrestling. You had Arnold Schwarzenegger has shown up on some episode of SmackDown back at this time. You have Andy Richter over here. There's a famous DJ from MTV that I forget his name now, but he's sitting front row over here. He used to host Sunday Night Heat. Okay, now it's Ivory's turn. The swimsuit contest has started. She doesn't even want to participate. And she just removed her fleece. And she's wearing a swimsuit. And she is in perfect physical condition. That is one thing about Ivory. She was super, super disciplined in terms of her physical fitness. And remember, she used to wrestle on Glow, years before she was in the WWE, or WWF, I guess, at the time. Now she's a Hall of Famer. Actually, I think there's several Hall of Famers in this swimsuit contest. Jacqueline is also a Hall of Famer. Here comes Terry Runnels. And she's wearing a skin-colored swimsuit, leaving very little to the imagination. And I should mention, if you play the video game WWF No Mercy on Nintendo 64, they have Terry Runnels wearing the swimsuit in that game. And you could wrestle as her in that swimsuit. Here comes Jacqueline. She is also wearing a swimsuit, which leaves nothing to the imagination. Here comes BB. She has taken off her gown and she's wearing a two-piece bikini, unlike Jackie. Jackie was wearing a one-piece. Terry Runnels was wearing a one-piece. And Ivory has put on her fleece. And Luna Vachon doesn't want to show anything. She's angry that she has to be part of this. Now here comes Miss Kitty. And she is taking off her evening gown. And it's just bubble wrap. It's just bubble wrap. So all the participants have shown their swimsuits, but apparently there's one other participant. Here comes Mae Young. For those of you who don't know, Mae Young was an extremely old woman at this time. She has since passed away. So has Fabulous Moolah, by the way. And here comes Mae Young to participate in the swimsuit contest. And Jerry Lawler is not happy that Mae Young is out here. May is saying that everyone's going to see her puppies. Well, I guess we'll find out what she means by that. She's taken off her evening gown. Mae Young is putting on a show here, people. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Mae Young is threatening to show her chest. And she just unzipped her top. She just took off her top, and they're censoring it, but the people in the arena can see. And here comes Mark Henry to cover her up. I'm telling you, Mark Henry and Mae Young were in a relationship, I think, during this time. Mae Young gave birth to a hand. This is the kind of stuff that was going on in the Attitude Era, guys. Good stuff. Much better than what goes on today, in my opinion. And the crowd is just disgusted. Now the judges have gotten together to decide who the winner is. The winner of the contest is Mae Young. Mae Young wins. And so, with that, the Miss Royal Rumble swimsuit contest has come to an end, and Mae Young is the winner because the judges are insane. I would have picked Terry Runnels, Jacqueline, Ivory, Miss Kitty, basically anybody else except Mae Young. That was the wrong person to pick. Well, what are you going to do? And now they are showing WWF New York, which is the new restaurant / entertainment complex that WWF owned at this time. And here is Jonathan Coachman in his very first appearance on WWF television here at the Royal Rumble. Obviously, Jonathan Coachman went on to become a commentator and a wrestler. So, I mean, not like a great wrestler, but he participated. And now they are showing Chris Jericho and Chyna arguing over who's going to hold the Intercontinental title on the way to the ring, because they were co-champions at this time. It will be Jericho versus Chyna versus Hardcore Holly. Triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. And now they're showing a "do not try this at home" advertisement. I don't see a lot of those anymore. I wonder why. Jim Ross is emphasizing, don't try this at home. Here comes Hardcore Holly. Yeah, so there was a match where Chris Jericho and Chyna, I think they pinned each other, and so they were named co-champions. I believe that happened at some point in January or maybe late December, but either way, they became co-champions to continue their feud with each other. They kind of had like mutual respect for each other after a certain point because they had a feud going on for like months, and then at a certain point they just sort of became friends, sort of. Not really, but kind of. And here comes Chyna. Now, my guess is Hardcore Holly is only in this match to take the pin, so that neither Jericho nor Chyna has to be pinned here, because they both pinned each other in recent months. If I remember correctly, Chyna beat Chris Jericho at the Survivor Series of '99. And then Jericho beat Chyna for the title at Armageddon '99, if I remember correctly. So, if one of them pins Holly, then they will become the undisputed Intercontinental Champion, and neither of them has to get pinned or tap out. Here comes Jericho, and the crowd loves Jericho at this time. This is the beginning of Jericho's big babyface run, because he was a heel going into the feud with Chyna. And during that feud, he becomes a babyface because Chyna shows him mutual respect. After he beats her at, I believe, fair and square, maybe, at Armageddon '99. I don't know, you'd have to check out my stream of that event on this channel. But anyway, Jericho became literally one of the biggest baby faces in professional wrestling during the year 2000, which stretched into 2001 as well. And then he turned into a heel again, but he won the world title in 2001. Chris Jericho's on the mic. Okay, so here we go. Triple threat match. Chris Jericho, Chyna, Hardcore Holly for the undisputed Intercontinental Championship. Match is underway. Hardcore Holly just shoved Chyna down by the face. Jericho, Irish whip to Hardcore Holly. Hip toss. Jericho just slapped Hardcore Holly in the face. Chyna just slapped Hardcore in the face. Now Chyna slapped Jericho. Every man and woman for themselves here. So even though Jericho and Chyna were kind of friends because they were co-champions, hey, it's every person for themselves to find out who is going to be the undisputed Intercontinental Champ. So Chyna has been thrown outside the ring. Now Jericho and Holly pair off inside the ring. Jericho leapfrogs Hardcore Holly, and big picture perfect drop kick by Hardcore Holly on Chris Jericho. He always had one of the best drop kicks maybe the best dropkick in the business at this time. Hardcore Holly. Hardcore Holly landing punches on Jericho. Jericho goes for the pin. Hardcore Holly kicks out. No, Hardcore Holly just kicked Jericho in the face. Oh. Oh, wow. Jericho locks in. Walls of Jericho on Hardcore Holly. Chyna runs in the ring. Clotheslines Jericho in the back of the head. Chyna. Oh, elbow to Jericho. Hardcore Holly goes for the cover. Chyna just clothesline Hardcore Holly over the top rope. Now Jericho just kicked Chyna in the stomach. Forearm to the face. And Chyna. Irish whips Jericho. And Hardcore Holly grabs Jericho's leg. Oh, Chyna. Baseball slide right into Hardcore Holly's face on the outside. Oh, Jericho springboarded off the ropes onto the outside onto Hardcore Holly. And by the way, he almost slipped. Thankfully, he didn't, so he didn't get hurt. And he landed the spot he needed to land. You know, a lot of times in these wrestling matches, you know, luck plays a big role in some of these spots. You can get seriously hurt. Oh, backflip, handspring elbow by Chyna, and then a DDT by Chyna on Jericho. 1, 2. Hardcore Holly breaks up the pinfall. Match continues, and Hardcore Holly throws Chyna outside the ring. Now it's Hardcore Holly and Jericho. In the ring, Chyna pulls the rope down. Jericho falls outside the ring. Hardcore Holly knocks Chyna down. Now both Chyna and Jericho are down outside the ring. And Hardcore Holly has a steel chair. Oh, Chyna with a huge drop kick on Hardcore Holly. She kicked the chair right into Hardcore Holly's face. Chyna and Jericho are on the top turnbuckles, and Hardcore Holly is flat in the ring, and they... Oh, here we go. Chyna and Jericho both tried to pin Hardcore Holly at the same time, and then they realized what they were doing, so then they both get off of them, which is kind of funny because one of them should have stayed on. Could have won there. Jericho. Jeez. Oh, hey, Chyna, low blow on Jericho. Hey, come on. What happened to good sportsmanship? Now Chyna going for pedigree on Hardcore Holly. Hits it. This is looking like maybe the finish. 1, 2. Chyna Hardcore Holly gets the shoulder up from the pedigree. I don't know if that was a good call. Whoever's idea that was. Kind of makes Chyna look weak. She pedigrees Hardcore Holly and doesn't work. Now Hardcore Holly. Now Jericho crossbody on Chyna. Jericho is trying to superplex Hardcore. Oh, wow. Jericho was trying to superplex Hardcore Holly off the top turnbuckle. Chyna knocked them both down, and they both landed crotch first on the top rope. Well, actually, Hardcore on the top turnbuckle. So now Chyna is going to capitalize. She's going to try to superplex Hardcore Holly off the top. And she pulls it off. But hey, Holly going for the cover, and Chyna kicks out. Intercontinental title on the line here. It's serious business. Oh, here we go. Chyna has a steel chair. Remember, there are no disqualifications. This is a triple threat match. Whoa, Chyna just hit Hardcore Holly in the head with a steel chair. Chyna is going for the walls of Jericho on Hardcore Holly. Bulldog to Chyna by Jericho. Looks like he's going to go Lion Salt. Lion Salt to Chyna. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. That is... Oh, and the crowd goes nuts. Jericho is the undisputed WWF Intercontinental Champion. And he pinned Chyna. Didn't pin Hardcore Holly. I thought he would pin Hardcore Holly. But no, he pins Chyna. Straight up. No cheating, nothing. That's a big deal. Winning the Intercontinental title. I believe this is the second time for Chris Jericho to win this title. And maybe it's not the second time because he never actually lost the first time. But yeah, that's a huge win. Chris Jericho wins the match at the Royal Rumble in 2000 in Madison Square Garden in New York City. The match itself, I would say it was okay. I think all of the matches that came before it were better. The tag team tables match, definitely one of the greatest matches you'll ever see. And the Kurt Angle Tazz match was fun too. It was only a couple minutes long. Michael Cole is backstage with The Rock. We're just going to keep on rolling here with this show. I mean, they keep things moving fast. You can tell The Rock recently got a smooth haircut in preparation for the Royal Rumble. He knew he was going to be in New York City, in Madison Square Garden, live on pay-per-view. Biggest Royal Rumble of all time. The Rock is cutting one of his classic promos. The crowd loves it. Michael Cole is asking The Rock, are there any superstars you're worried about in the Royal Rumble match? The Rock says there's two. Number 1, Crash Holly. Number 2, Headbanger Mosh. Obviously, The Rock is kidding. Those two are the lowest wrestlers on the card. So, Michael Cole says, shouldn't you be concerned about the Big Show? The Rock is talking straight to the Big Show now. The Rock is talking directly to the Big Show. He's hoping Big Show is the final person that he has to throw over the top rope in the Royal Rumble match. It's funny how they don't mention anybody else. Michael Cole interviews The Rock, and The Rock talks only to the Big Show. Nobody else. Obviously, they're foreshadowing what may take place later in this event during the Royal Rumble match. The Rock is claiming he is going to win this Royal Rumble match and head on to WrestleMania to become WWF Champion once again. Remember, the last time Rock was WWF Champion was WrestleMania 15 back in 1999. It's been almost a year since he held that title at this time. Okay, next up at Royal Rumble 2000 will be New Age Outlaws defending the tag titles against the Acolytes. So back at WWF Armageddon 1999, the Acolytes won a tag team turmoil match to become the #1 contenders to the New Age Outlaws tag team championships. So these guys started feuding with each other, and they beat the living heck out of the Outlaws during a match once. Once again, they're showing the outside New York City Empire State Building. And here comes Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws, to defend their tag titles. You know, believe it or not, we're only not even an hour into this show. And they have this match. Then they have the main event, Triple H versus Cactus Jack for the WWF Championship. And then it's the Royal Rumble match. So that's another thing I loved about these Attitude Era pay-per-views. The show just moved on at such a fast pace. They kept it going. You know, they kept things going. They kept things rolling. They would switch between the in-ring action, backstage segments, interviews, just rapid fire. And that's how they kept the show exciting for everybody. That is how they retain the attention of the viewer. And I really wish WWF would take some lessons. WWE, Triple H of today would take some lessons of what they were doing back then. You know, now, these days, the shows drag on and on and on with tons of commercials, advertisements, video packages that just eat up time for no reason. The product was of a much higher quality at this time in terms of entertainment value. Wrestling is not just about having 5-star matches all the time. The match has begun. Big drop kick by Billy Gunn on Bradshaw, and fall away slam by Bradshaw on Billy Gunn. Now, Bradshaw tags in Farouk. And they're double teaming Road Dogg in the corner. Farouk punches Road Dogg in the corner. Irish whip to Road Dogg in the corner, and Road Dogg hits Farouk with a boot. Power slam by Farouk on Road Dogg. Now Farouk is doing Road Dogg's signature taunt there. Oh, Farouk was looking for Dominator. Billy Gunn pulled down Road Dogg, and then Farouk got revenge by clotheslining both of them. Oh, now Road Dogg hitting his trademark jabs. Hit all three. Now he's doing his little dance. Come on, Road Dogg. Knocks him down. And now, oh, wow. Road Dogg was going for the knee drop, but Bradshaw grabbed his hair and pulled him down by the hair. And now, Billy Gunn, Bradshaw in the ring. Oh my goodness. Bradshaw hit a clothesline from hell on Billy Gunn and flipped him inside out. Whew. Spine buster straight to hell from by Farouk on Road Dogg. Goes for the cover. Tim White, 1, 2, and Billy Gunn pulled the referee out of the ring. Oh, wow. Bradshaw just clubbed Billy Gunn down with the ref on the outside. Uh-oh. It's looking like Road Dogg's going to get double teamed. By the way, all of the, well, I can't say all, but most of the participants in the matches we've seen thus far will be participating in the Royal Rumble match. Oh, here comes X-Pac, who is a member of DX with Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, and he's getting involved. He just did a spinning heel kick to Bradshaw. And then Farouk dispatched X-Pac by giving him a spine buster. Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn just pinned Bradshaw after X-Pac hit Bradshaw with a spinning wheel kick. So, New Age Outlaws retain the WWF Tag Team Championships thanks to their friend X-Pac. And believe it or not, we only got 2 more matches left on the show. And the very next match is Triple H, Cactus Jack, street fight in New York City. Doesn't get any bigger than that for the WWF title. The whole story leading into this match is that Cactus Jack is capable of tremendous violence and has Triple H a little bit worried. Well, not a little bit, a lot worried about losing his title. Now they're showing the video package that shows what led to this match between Triple H and Cactus Jack. Now, on the very first episode of Monday Night Raw in the year 2000, this was January 2000, Triple H wins the WWF title by pinning the Big Show, who was the champion at the time. He wins the WWF title once again. I believe that makes him a 3-time WWF champ. Mick Foley gets fired by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. But eventually, The Rock and the other WWF superstars got sick and tired of Triple H and Stephanie's antics. And so they threatened to walk out unless they reinstate Mick Foley and answer to their demands. Now, Triple H reinstated Mick Foley, thanks to The Rock demanding it. And then Mankind told Triple H he wants Triple H at the Rumble. And so Mankind got beat up by Triple H, and Triple H bloodied him and everything. And Mankind said, you know what? Mankind isn't ready to face Triple H in a street fight at Madison Square Garden. But Cactus Jack is. So Chris Jericho, Mick Foley will be playing the character of Cactus Jack in this match against Triple H for the WWF title. Oh, here comes Cactus Jack. I always like Cactus Jack's theme music. Very fitting of that character. Okay, here comes Triple H, WWF champion. Let's see if Stephanie McMahon accompanies him. Remember, this was when Triple H and Stephanie and DX were running roughshod over the WWF. They were in control of everything. From late 99 to early 2000, they were just wreaking havoc on everybody. And so everybody wanted to see Cactus Jack put Triple H in his place and win that WWF title. I mean, the Mick Foley Triple H feud really dates back to the middle of 1999. So it's been going on forever and ever and ever. And now here they are going one-on-one. In fact, Triple H won his very first WWF title by pinning Mick Foley. Now Triple H and Cactus Jack standing in the middle of the ring. Cactus Jack is talking trash to Triple H. And Cactus Jack gets the first punch in. Bell has rung Earl Hebner, the referee. They're trading shots now. This is the biggest match of Triple H's career up to this point, without question. Because it's one-on-one. He's got to show his stuff as a top star in the WWE. Because, like, he had the main event at SummerSlam 99 against Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mick Foley, playing the character of Mankind. So triple threat. That was a good match. But it was triple threat. Then the following month, he has a 6-pack challenge. So 5 other guys are in the match. That didn't really prove anything. Big neck breaker by Cactus Jack on Triple H on the outside. And Triple H. Triple H goes to No Mercy 99. He goes one-on-one with Steve Austin. They have a good match. But there's interference and everything. And it's a no-holds-barred match, but, they didn't pull out all the stops or anything. Survivor Series triple threat match again. Triple H, Rock, Big Show. I don't know if it's because they didn't believe in the star power of Triple H yet. Which, rightfully so. This is his first year as a main eventer, in 1999 was. So they were pairing him in main events with guys like Mick Foley, Austin, Rock, proven main eventers. Even the Big Show, who was a main eventer in WCW. So they were pairing him with everybody. Then he main events Armageddon 99 against Vince McMahon in one of the worst matches you'll ever see. So that was terrible. So this is really the big spotlight for Triple H as champion. He's got to deliver in this street fight against Cactus Jack. And he couldn't ask for a better opponent in a street fight than Mick Foley. I mean, these guys, they want to show out. Triple H has a steel chair, middle of the ring. Remember, this is the second to last match on the show. The crowd knows it. They got this match in the Rumble. So in theory, this should tell us who will be going to WrestleMania 2000. Triple H just smacked Cactus Jack right in the face with a steel chair. Basically, Triple H was doing just what Cactus Jack asked him to do. Cactus Jack was egging him on, saying, bring it on. And Triple H sure did bring it on. That's for sure. Cactus goes for a cover on Triple H after a backdrop onto a steel chair. Oh, wow. They just showed a replay of that chair shot to the head. Triple H on Cactus Jack. But Cactus is in control now. Cactus Jack in control. Remember, this is for the WWF title. And possibly the main event of WrestleMania on the line here. All right, Cactus and Triple H outside the ring now. Triple H fights back. Takes Cactus by the hair, rams his head into the barricade there. Punches Cactus Jack right in the face. And then Cactus Jack backdrops Triple H over the barricade onto the concrete floor where the fans are. Let's see if they fight in the fans now. Again, a very popular thing to do during the Attitude Era, especially during WWF title matches. Always fighting in the crowds. Yep, they're fighting in the fans. They are fighting in the fans. Now they're near the entryway. Yeah, there's some plywood there. It looks like, okay. Cactus Jack is laying down the plywood, which is like broken. And it looks like, yeah, these wooden pallets that Cactus Jack just laid down, two, stacked on top of each other. He's going to go for a suplex, and he just suplexed Triple H onto the wooden pallets that you would see in like a warehouse or something. And now Cactus Jack is squealing like a pig, like Mankind used to do when he first came into the WWF. Cactus Jack has a steel trash can and hits Triple H in the head with it. Cactus Jack is firmly in control ever since he backdropped Triple H in the ring with a steel chair. No, like a back suplex onto the steel chair. Oh, wow. Cactus Jack just threw Triple H into that steel door that's near the entranceway where the wrestlers come out. It's like a... It looks like a steel... It looks like a garage door that you would see in New York City. When they pull down the steel gates in front of the stores when they lock them up. That's kind of what it looks like. Triple H just suplexed Cactus Jack right onto a trash can. So now Triple H is trying to make a comeback here. After Cactus has control. Oh, Triple H goes for... Oh, no, I thought he was going for a cover. No, not yet. It's funny, they have a sewer cover in the middle of the entranceway. It really does look like a New York City street there. Now, Cactus Jack is back in control. You know, Triple H can't muster anything for the past couple of minutes, really. Maybe like a move here or there, but nothing big. Now, Cactus Jack landing punches on Triple H. Cactus went for a knee to Triple H's face, right into the steel steps. Wow. Yeah, if you're watching this match, things are looking good for Cactus Jack. You're thinking he's going to be champion. He's looking pretty good. I mean, this is his whole thing is street fighting, hardcore rules, all that. So he is expected to have the advantage here. Oh, here we go. Now this match just went to a new level because Cactus Jack just pulled out a 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire from underneath the ring. Okay, Cactus Jack in the ring with the 2x4, with the barbed wire, and then Triple H low blows him. He drops the 2x4 with the barbed wire. Cactus Jack getting clobbered with the 2x4 covered with barbed wire. And Triple H went to go hit Cactus Jack again with the 2x4 covered in barbed wire. Now Cactus Jack just low blowed Triple H with the 2x4. And the referee just moved the 2x4 out of the way. Cactus Jack just hit a double arm DDT on Triple H. Now both guys laying flat in the middle of the ring. Now Cactus going for the cover. Now the referee, 1, 2. Wow, because Earl Hebner took the 2x4 wrapped with barbed wire outside the ring to the Spanish announcers, Hugo Savinovich. He gave the barbed wire 2x4 to him. He was late to the count. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. This is a street fight, Earl Hebner. What are you doing? He's interfering in the match. Oh, now Cactus just punched Hugo in the face. And I believe Carlos Cabrera, the other Spanish announcer, just gave the 2x4 to Cactus. And now Triple H just accidentally knocked down referee Earl Hebner, but Cactus just hit Triple H in the face with the barbed wire. Right in the head. So you know Triple H is going to get busted open here. Or if not yet, soon. And Cactus Jack just drops the barbed wire on Triple H's face. Now goes for the cover. Here comes the ref. Slow to the count. 1, 2. Come on. Triple H gets the shoulder up. Jeez. Triple H is now bleeding from the face. He's also bleeding from his leg. That might have been from the barbed wire. Oh, yeah. Triple H's face is covered in blood now. Now Cactus Jack pressing the barbed wire into Triple H's head. The referee's trying to stop him. It's a little too late for that. Uh-oh. They're outside the ring. They're on top of the announce table. Cactus Jack is signaling for like a pile driver or a double arm DDT here. And oh yeah, pile driver. Didn't work. Triple H just backdrop. Wow. Backdrop Cactus Jack onto the table. And the table doesn't break, but it cracks. Now this is funny. And this match is moving on at a fast pace, you know? They're going from one big sequence to another big sequence to another big sequence. You know, they had that steel chair during the first part of the match. They were using that. Then they move outside the ring and they're fighting in the entryway. And then they're fighting in the crowd. Then they get the barbed wire 2x4, and then that's been the focus for the past couple of minutes. Now they went to the announce table and cracked that, and now they're going back in the ring. See, this is a match that was laid out very well. You see, when they lay things out very well, things go great. You know, this. I wish people would do that more often. You know, plan things out in a logical manner that makes sense, that tell a story. It doesn't have to be a complicated story. It can be a simple story for the fans to follow. Less is more. And these guys understand that. You don't need tons of fireworks and flips and dives. Uh-oh, Triple H pedigree. Cactus reverses, slingshots Triple H into the ring post, head first. Oh, wow. Bulldog onto the barbed wire by Cactus on Triple H. Cactus goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Triple H just gets the shoulder up before 3. Man. All right. See, Triple H is being made to look strong here because his face is covered in blood. They've shown a cut on his leg. He's been put through heck already with the barbed wire and everything. So he's still hanging in there. So the story of this match is that Triple H isn't as much of a coward as people think he is. You know, he's a lot tougher. That's the point of this match, is to show people that he's a tough guy too. You know, he can handle it. He can stay in and hang with Cactus Jack in a street fight like this. And yeah, he just hip tossed Cactus Jack into the steel steps. Okay, Cactus Jack gets back in the ring. Now, the story here is Cactus's leg has been targeted for the past minute or two. When he got hip tossed under the steel steps, he hit with his leg. And now Triple H just hit him with a chop block. Cactus just got hit in the midsection with that barbed wire 2x4 by Triple H. And now Triple H hit him in the leg with it. Triple H has handcuffs now. Uh-oh. Triple H just handcuffed Cactus's hands behind his back. Triple H covered in blood here, but Cactus is handcuffed. And the commentators referenced the previous year's Royal Rumble 1999, which I streamed on this channel. You can go watch that too. One of the greatest matches I've ever seen took place at that Rumble. The I Quit match between The Rock and Mankind. And The Rock did the same thing to Cactus. Well, The Rock did the same thing to Mankind. Handcuffed Mankind's hands behind his back and then proceeded to whack Mankind in the head with a steel chair about 10 consecutive times, and that led to the end of the match. So Triple H brought the steel steps into the ring. He has it over his head. And Cactus Jack, oh wow, smart move. Cactus Jack, drop toe hold on Triple H. Triple H falls face first into the steel steps that he was holding. That's how you do it. Cactus doesn't even have free hands here. And he knocked down Triple H and just fell under Triple H's groin, head first. Now Triple H is getting bitten by Cactus Jack. I wonder how he'll be able to... how will Cactus Jack escape from these handcuffs? Oh, wow. Triple H clothesline Cactus Jack. Yo, Earl Hebner, you got to get the keys to the handcuffs. Unhandcuff this guy. Oh. Triple H, steel chair to the midsection of Cactus Jack, and oh wow, and smacks him in the back with the steel chair, breaks the chair. Wow. A piece of that steel chair just like ricocheted off, almost went into the audience, but luckily it didn't. Cactus Jack is now laying outside the ring. He's been brutalized. His hands are handcuffed behind his back. He's been attacked with a steel chair. I mean, Cactus Jack has been brutalized here. But both these guys are still in it. This is the type of match where both guys end up looking good no matter who wins, because they set it up properly. Triple H is showing that he can hang with Cactus Jack in a street fight, but Cactus Jack is showing how tough and resilient he is. He's still in this match, even though his hands are handcuffed behind his back. Cactus is egging on Triple H. And The Rock just came out from the entryway with a steel chair and hit Triple H in the head with a chair. That is so funny. Nobody saw that one coming. And a police officer just came and took the handcuffs off of Cactus Jack. There's your NYPD helping out. This is hilarious. Now Cactus is back in control thanks to The Rock and a police officer. That's such a funny twist in this story because nobody sees that coming. What a plot twist in this match. Now Cactus back in control. This is perfect because now it almost looks like, okay, now Cactus has a real shot to win here. This is perfect. Cactus throws Triple H into the Spanish announcers. Uh-oh. Now, Cactus standing on the announce table with Triple H. Remember, Triple H backdropped him on the other one. What's he going to do? Wow. Cactus Jack pile driver to Triple H. That's amazing. That is ridiculous. Now, Triple H is laying in the middle of the ring. Cactus has a bag from under the ring. It's a blue bag. Nobody knows what's in it. Now they know what's in it. Thumbtacks. Which, funnily enough, these days in NXT, they use nuts and bolts instead of thumbtacks. Stephanie McMahon has come out to the ring to try to stop Cactus from doing anything to Triple H on the thumbtacks. Okay, Cactus Jack hitting right hands. They're getting close to the thumbtacks here. Triple H backdrops Cactus Jack directly onto the thumbtacks. Whew. Now, Triple H, pedigree. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Cactus gets the shoulder up. See, now the crowd goes nuts because they think, wow, Cactus really might have a shot at winning this thing. And Triple H is going ballistic on the referee, Earl Hebner. Cactus is already back to his feet. Triple H standing in the thumbtacks. Pedigree right on the thumbtacks. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Triple H showed how vicious he could be and retains the WWF Championship by pinning Cactus Jack in the street fight at Madison Square Garden in New York City at Royal Rumble 2000. And they actually just zoomed in on Mick Foley's face, and there was thumbtacks sticking out of his forehead. That's nuts. That is nuts. I think there's a funny backstory on this one. Triple H's parents were in the audience to watch this match, and I'm pretty sure they were very concerned about their son in this match. They're playing Triple H's music. Cactus Jack is up and chasing after Triple H. They're both going to the back now. That's so funny. Cactus Jack has Triple H. Triple H, who was led away on a stretcher. Cactus has taken the stretcher and threw Triple H. Wow, right? Whoa, Cactus is... This match is over. This match is over. And he just hit Triple H in the head with the barbed wire 2x4. Unbelievable. Oh man, what a match. I mean, if you haven't seen Cactus Jack, Triple H, Royal Rumble 2000, definitely a must-see match. I mean, I would still say the tables match between the Hardys and the Dudleys was the best match on the show. But this is a close number 2. and definitely solidified Triple H as a main eventer. This was the match that Triple H needed to have to show everybody how big of a star he was, how big of a deal he was. And he did it on the biggest stage. Madison Square Garden, New York City, Royal Rumble. I mean, WWF title match against Cactus Jack. Jonathan Coachman is interviewing Linda McMahon at WWF New York. I believe this was sort of like reintroducing the Linda McMahon character because she becomes a pivotal figure during the early part of the year 2000. Actually, throughout 2000 and into 2001 as well. They are now getting rid of all the thumbtacks in the ring because guess what? We only got one match left on the show. My favorite match of the year, the Royal Rumble match. That's another thing I like about the Rumble. You don't have too many matches, but the show moves along so quickly, and then all of a sudden you're at the main event. Howard Finkel just announced that the next match on the show is the Royal Rumble match, and he's giving out the rules. Okay, they just mentioned that both feet must touch the floor. You must be thrown over the top rope. Both feet must touch the floor for you to be eliminated from the match. And they're showing a replay from the 1995 Royal Rumble where Shawn Michaels, only one of his feet touched the floor, but British Bulldog thought he had won the match, but British Bulldog didn't win. So while British Bulldog was celebrating, Shawn ran back in the ring, pushed Bulldog down, and won the Rumble match and went on to face the WWF champion at WrestleMania 11 in 1995. Unfortunately, he didn't win that match. He would have to wait one more year to win the WWF title. So they just showed a replay of that. Now the Rumble match is about to start. Here comes participant number 1, D'Lo Brown, who had a very eventful 1999. He won championships, the Intercontinental Championship, the European Championship, same time. He lost both of them, but then he won the European title back, I think, later. I believe. Yeah. Yeah, he beat Mark Henry for the European title. Number 2, Grandmaster Sexay, who is the son of Jerry Lawler. This is Brian Christopher, who has since passed away. D'Lo Brown and Grandmaster Sexay squaring off, number 1 and number 2. Big kick by D'Lo on Grandmaster. The one problem with these Royal Rumbles is that it's never truly unpredictable. I mean, it's a little unpredictable, but like, you know, D'Lo's not winning. You know, Grandmaster's not winning. And, you know, that's why I wish one of these days the WWE would just have somebody who's so unexpected just win the Rumble. Like, somebody like you would never think would win the Rumble wins the Rumble. That's how it should be. There should be a dark horse winner. Like, Sami Zayn could have won the Rumble last year, and that would have made sense. Actually, I think he was the favorite to win going in, maybe with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. Oh, not, I'm sorry, not CM Punk. I'm talking about 2023, the Royal Rumble. But it turns out Sami Zayn wasn't even in the Rumble that year. You know, they make some questionable decisions with Sami Zayn and with other people. Here's number 3, Headbanger Mosh. Uh-oh. Kai and Tai has run into the ring. They're interfering in this match. They're not allowed to be part of the Rumble match, and they're mad about it. Now, Mosh just threw Funaki out of the ring. And Grandmaster. Oh, wow. Grandmaster just knocked Taka Michinoku off the top rope to the floor below. Oh. Mosh, D'Lo, Grandmaster. Boy, you know, none of these 3 guys have a chance of winning. See, that's the thing. You usually should put somebody who has a legit chance of winning at the beginning of the Rumble or very early on. So we'll see if they bring out anybody who's a legitimate challenger. But, you know, kind of everybody knows what this is going to come down to because The Rock gave a promo. Everybody's expecting The Rock to win, by the way. I mean, like, who else is there? I mean, Austin is not around. Triple H and Mick Foley just had a match, so they're not in. Who's it going to be? So, you know, like, The Rock is the favorite to win, and he just gave a whole promo about the Big Show earlier in the night. So you're expecting Big Show to be a prominent competitor in this match, probably lasting until near the very end. Here comes Christian. No offense to Christian. Christian is one of my favorites, but at this time in the year 2000, he was really just a tag team specialist. And again, nobody expects him to win, and there wouldn't be any logical reason for him to win. So right now you have 4 guys in the ring who don't have a shot at winning. See, if you just had one person in there that had a shot at winning, like if you had the Big Show in there, if you had The Rock in there, even like maybe even a Chris Jericho, somebody who's like a huge star and might have a shot. It may be a Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle is out of it from the submission that Tazz put on him earlier in the night. Okay. Next entrant into the Rumble match, number 5. Nobody's been eliminated yet. D'Lo, Grandmaster, Christian, and Mosh in the ring. And here comes Rikishi, another member of Too Cool. His friend Grandmaster is in there, so he can go help him out. Rikishi is standing in the ring. Big kick to Mosh. Rikishi just threw Mosh outside the ring over the top rope. First elimination. Now Rikishi. Belly to belly suplex on Christian. And Christian has been eliminated. Funnily enough, Christian Cage went on to have an amazing career and is currently a main eventer in AEW. Although he was only the second elimination here 24 years ago, almost 25 years ago at this point. Amazing. 25 years later, Christian's still going strong. Oh, big pile driver by Rikishi on D'Lo Brown. And Rikishi just eliminated D'Lo. Now all that's left is Rikishi and Grandmaster. It's so funny that Rikishi's sons, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa, are now prominent members of the WWE roster. Main eventers, really. So, good job to Rikishi. Not only for his own career, but giving the world of professional wrestling 3 of the best characters in the world right now. And guess what? We just got another entrant, Scotty 2 Hotty. All 3 members of Too Cool in the ring. Grandmaster just put on the Oakleys onto Rikishi. For those of you who don't know, Too Cool had a signature dance where they all put on these yellow Oakleys. And now they're going to do their dance that they always did after their matches. This is Too Cool doing their dance at the Royal Rumble in Madison Square Garden, New York City. A moment that will live forever in the history of pro wrestling. Everybody remembers Too Cool doing their special dance at Royal Rumble 2000. It's fun to watch. A great memory. And Rikishi just clotheslined Scotty and Grandmaster. And threw both of them over the top rope. Oh, man. I wish Grandmaster or Scotty 2 Hotty's kids would join up with the Usos and do a dance or something, but, you know, I guess, yeah, I guess that's not going to happen. But here is Rikishi still dancing, even after the eliminations. Rikishi just put on Scotty's hat. Oh, wow. Here comes Lethal Weapon, Steve Blackman. He's the next entrant. Big drop kick to Rikishi. Kick to the face of Rikishi. Oh, bicycle kick to Rikishi. Knocks him down. Oh, Blackman's going to work here. But again, is Blackman going to win the Rumble? No. Is Rikishi going to win the Rumble? See, by this point in the match, they should have had somebody come out and, you know, be a legitimate challenge. Another pile driver by Rikishi to one of his competitors. And he eliminates Steve Blackman just like that. So Rikishi having a strong showing at the Rumble of 2000. All right, so Rikishi's just standing in the ring by himself. See, this is the problem. I mean, you got to have somebody come out who's a legitimate threat. And unfortunately, at this time, there really wasn't many. Who is going to go on to face Triple H for the title at WrestleMania? Who's it going to be? There's really not too many options. I mean, that's the problem. Here comes Viscera, again, a lower card wrestler. But I guess you get to see some entertainment here between Viscera and Rikishi. We get to see two huge guys. And I guess, and they kind of had a little bit of a feud because they got a tag team match against the Hollies at Armageddon. And things didn't pan out between Viscera and Rikishi. Viscera just hit a belly-to-belly on Rikishi. Big leg drop on Rikishi by Viscera. You know, Viscera has also passed away. Rikishi is actually still going strong. But Viscera, the word about him was that he was dangerous in the ring during his first run in the WWF when he was Mabel. He won the King of the Ring when he was Mabel. He became a main eventer, but he was hurting his opponents, his co-workers really, in the ring with his reckless style of wrestling. And even hurt, I think, the WWF champion at the time, Diesel, Kevin Nash. And Vince McMahon was ready to fire him. But Kevin Nash, I believe, intervened, and that was that. But Viscera never reached those heights again. But then Viscera injured The Undertaker as well, and that was the end of Viscera for a while. Then he eventually came back in '99. Rikishi just eliminated Viscera. Man, they're giving Rikishi the big push here because Rikishi debuted in late '99. This is early 2000, and they're giving him all these eliminations. So far, he's the strongest participant in this Royal Rumble. Here comes Big Boss Man. Big Boss Man has not entered the ring yet. He's the next entrant, but he doesn't want to get in the ring with Rikishi because Rikishi has eliminated everybody here. That's a shame. Boss Man is waiting for the next entrant to come out so he has some help to take on Rikishi. That's a smart move. Here comes Test. And Test is coming to beat a Big Boss Man. Oh, and Big Boss Man just Irish whipped him in the ring post. And Test just backdrop Boss Man onto the floor. Oh, wow. Big Boss Man just hit a low blow on Test. But again, look at who's in the ring right now. Rikishi, Big Boss Man, Test. Come on, guys. I mean, it's just a bunch of nobodies. See, it's hard to keep the viewer entertained when you know none of these guys are going to win. although they're presenting Rikishi as a strong force. Big Boss Man just came out. Again, Boss Man was, at this point, an undercard wrestler as well. None of these guys would be believable competitors to face Triple H for the WWF title at WrestleMania. See, it's just... Rikishi, oh wow, big low blow by Bulldog on Rikishi. Rikishi had a very good year in the year 2000. I'll give you that much. Jeez. I mean, Rikishi, here he is, beginning of the year, doing really well at the Rumble. He goes on to WrestleMania. He has a match at WrestleMania. He has this, like, big time... Oh, no. Before that happens, he does a strong showing in the King of the Ring tournament. He has this, like, big steel cage match with Val Venus that was unexpectedly entertaining for the fans. I'm sure I'll see that match at some point and stream it on this channel, my reaction. And then later in the year, it is revealed that he is the guy who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin. And he did it for The Rock. Big year for Rikishi. Big year. They gave him the big push. Here comes Gangrel, by the way, with his goblet of blood. Now Gangrel in the ring with, again, nobody who has a chance at winning. Test, Boss Man. Oh, here comes Kai and Tai, who definitely have no chance of winning. They're not even in the match. And the people like Gangrel, Test, and Boss Man are attacking them. Oh, wow. They just showed a replay of Taka Michinoku getting thrown over the top rope, and he landed face first. Oh, wow. Here comes Edge to a major ovation from the crowd. He did not have a match during this pay-per-view event, and here is Edge. That's a sign of things to come for Edge, who went on to have a Hall of Fame career. He was always popular, right from the beginning. He looked the part. He knew what he was doing in the ring. His tag team matches that he had with the Hardys and the Dudleys, legendary. Oh, Bulldog almost eliminated Edge, but Edge poked him in the eye. Now Gangrel trying to eliminate his former colleague, Edge. Both guys were in the Brood. The Brood is done now, but I believe Gangrel and Edge are still good friends to this day. By the way, if you take a look at who in this match is still alive, oh, this is sad. Like, there's there's 6 guys in the ring. 3 of them have passed away. 3 are still alive. The 3 who have passed away, Big Boss Man, Bulldog, and Test. And all 3 of them passed away only a few years after this event. All of them. Meanwhile, Edge is still an active competitor, currently on the injury list as I'm recording this. But he is an active wrestler in AEW. And Rikishi, I don't know if he still wrestles, but he's still alive and well. His sons are doing great in the WWE. And Gangrel still kicking. So here comes Bob Backlund, who had legendary matches at Madison Square Garden as world champion. And now he's in the Rumble match. In outstanding physical condition, by the way. Outstanding physical condition. Oh, Bob Backlund is still kicking at 75 years old. And Rikishi just got eliminated by everybody in the ring. Bob Backlund's still in there. Now, at the time of this show, Bob Backlund was only 50 years old. Now, Bob Backlund has a background in amateur wrestling. Then he became a pro wrestler, and then he became WWF champion. Here comes Jericho, who is the undisputed Intercontinental Champion after his match against Hardcore Holly and Chyna earlier in the night. So now Jericho is probably the first guy to come out here who... Oh, wow. Jericho just dropkicked Bob Backlund over the top rope to the outside. Hey, he eliminated a former world champion. So Jericho is the only guy who really has the star power at this point to be believable as somebody who might be a dark horse to win the Rumble. I mean, not really, but kind of. Like, having Jericho in the ring, he got an ovation when he came out. People think he might have a slight chance of winning this thing. He might have a chance. You never know. But the rest of them don't. Everybody else in the ring doesn't stand a chance, and the crowd knows it. Like, could the main event be Jericho Triple H? Maybe, if they wanted to give Jericho the big push. Bob Backlund is leaving through the people in the audience. He exited through the fans. All right, next entrant coming out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crash Holly just came out. Edge and Bulldog were just trying to eliminate Crash. Wonder where's Val Venus? Maybe he's coming out later. Another guy who has no chance of winning. And the action in the ring is nothing spectacular, by the way. You know, you'll see some Royal Rumble matches where, you know, things go really well, and then so right now you got Gangrel, Test, they're fighting. You got Jericho, Bulldog, Bossman. Bossman just low blowed the Bulldog. And you got Edge and Crash Holly in the corner. Only Jericho stands a chance at winning. Here comes Chyna. I guess you could say Chyna might have a shot at winning too. Chyna just suplexed Jericho over the top rope. Wow. Okay, so Chyna just suplexed Jericho to the outside, eliminates Chris Jericho from the match, and then Chyna got eliminated herself by Big Boss Man. Remember, Jericho pinned Chyna earlier in the night to win the undisputed Intercontinental Championship, and she just got her revenge on him. So the WWE is presenting Chyna and Jericho as equals here. I don't know how wise that is, but again, they had high hopes for Chyna, but it just fizzled out as the year went on. Here comes Farouk. See, again, there's nobody in the ring now who is a believable winner. Now here comes the Mean Street Posse, who, like Kai and Tai, were not allowed in the match. And they were just beating up Farouk. Now Farouk just got eliminated after the Posse was beating him up. Next entrance coming out, Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross are wondering where The Rock is. It's not The Rock, it's the Road Dogg. He's the next entrant. But again, even though Road Dogg is such a popular wrestler, he's a heel at the time, by the way. Like, again, no one in this match is believable. That's the problem with this match. It's just random action. Nobody knows. I mean, nobody actually thinks that any of these guys is winning. I think the crowd is chanting, "We want puppies," maybe. Anyway, the crowd is getting bored and restless because they haven't seen anybody big yet. You know, it's just all the mid-carders and the lower card people. Yeah, that's why you have to construct these Rumbles properly. Like, if you think about Rumble 2008, they had Shawn Michaels and Undertaker come out first and second. And remember, those were the two guys who were the final two in the Rumble of 2007. So it was a smart move. And I think the year prior, they had Edge come out pretty early in the Rumble, which is, again, you need some top star in the match throughout the whole thing. Here comes Al Snow. See, it's another guy that nobody actually believes is going to win. Yeah, I would have to say that of everything they've had on the show thus far, the Rumble match, the main event, is probably the worst of all in terms of entertainment. I mean, it's fun to see all these guys come out there, but none of them have a legit shot at winning. There's just too many guys that everyone knows is on the bottom. And I don't even know who they would have put up front to make it believable. You can't have The Rock come out too early. He's going to get exhausted. And he would, in terms of ring psychology, he would have to get eliminated pretty early because everybody would gang up on him. But here comes Val Venus. Anyway, Kai and Tai came out again. I think only Funaki this time. And he's being sent to the back. Man, the crowd is silent. They're all sitting in their chairs because they have nobody in the ring who is a believable threat to actually win the Rumble match. You got Edge, Gangrel, Test, Val Venus, Crash Holly, Bossman, Al Snow. And that's it. There's no major star in the ring yet. Although we're getting close to the end in terms of the number of entrants. So, The Rock and the Big Show have to come out at some point. I mean, they're the focal points of this match. Yeah, where's Kane? Oh, he's probably coming out soon. Kane, X-Pac. Is still, yeah, Kane, X-Pac, Road Dogg, Big Show. Those four still need to come out. Oh, Prince Albert. Yeah, they should have had Kane be the guy, in the early parts of the Rumble, just holding everything down, which is what they do the following year at the 2001 Royal Rumble. Kane was like the anchor of that whole match. Oh, Prince Albert and Bossman, who were in the tag team not too long before this. Now they're fighting. Pin drop silence inside of Madison Square Garden thanks to poor booking by the WWF. They should have put Kane out front. That's the guy they should have put out front. I mean, Rikishi took over the early part of the match, but you should have had Kane come out at some point. Have him eliminate Rikishi, and then Kane can go on a tear for the next 20 minutes or whatever, 30 minutes, until The Rock comes out. Then everybody, once The Rock comes out, everybody's going to pay attention to him, so you don't have to worry about anything. But right now, there's nobody for the crowd to focus on because it's a bunch of nobodies. Hardcore Holly, who lost earlier in the night without getting pinned in the Intercontinental title match with Chyna and Chris Jericho. But again, yet another jobber. It's just a bunch of undercard guys just doing really a lot of nothing. It would be different if the action was out of control, which is what they did at the following year's Rumble. They really did a much better job at the 2001 Rumble. But I think they probably were watching this in the back, like maybe Vince, maybe Shane, maybe Pat Patterson. They were like, boy, this is a disaster. You really got to put more effort into booking the Rumble because this thing is like watching paint dry. Al Snow, like, somehow sort of attempted to eliminate Crash Holly, but didn't really go all the way with it. And then Crash, like, threw himself over the top rope and pretended, but didn't get eliminated. Three, two, one. Now here's The Rock. So now you know the rest of this match, people will be paying attention. He is the expected winner going into this night. Now The Rock goes after Big Boss Man. Here's a fun fact. The Rock pinned Big Boss Man in about 3 seconds at Survivor Series 98 in one of the funniest matches / segments in WWF history. The Rock, where is he? Oh, Val is trying to eliminate The Rock now. And Test trying to help Val eliminate The Rock. Well, The Rock is trying to eliminate Hardcore Holly here. There's not too many people left in this match. I'm guessing Kane might be next. Oh, Billy Gunn. Oh, big ovation for Billy Gunn. Man, they really love Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. And Edge. Jericho. I mean, there's certain guys that got huge ovations. It's funny. Billy Gunn beating up The Rock. Billy Gunn and The Rock had a match one-on-one at SummerSlam the previous year. Obviously, The Rock won. So Billy Gunn and The Rock have sort of had a on-again, off-again feud since the summer of the previous year. DDT by The Rock on Crash Holly. And The Rock eliminates Crash Holly. That's one of the guys The Rock was worried about, according to his promo earlier in the night. Now, Hardcore Holly, probably not too happy his cousin got eliminated. Now he's trying to eliminate The Rock. Again, the only guy in the ring who has a shot at winning, the crowd knows, is The Rock. He's the only one. And they know that there's literally almost no one else who's a legitimate threat. Maybe Kane, maybe Big Show. That's it. But they're not in the match yet. Here comes the Big Show. Big Show. This was when Big Show was wrestling in a t-shirt. Big Show had gained some weight for sure during the year 1999. Now, when Big Show first debuted, he was as lean as a 7'2" guy could be, who was 500 pounds. He was a phenomenal physical condition. And as the year went on, he gained weight, and now he wrestles in a t-shirt. But I'm not trying to insult him. I mean, I can't believe that he was able to have the career that he did, because just the travel difficulties he must have had, being the size that he is. I mean, I don't even know how he pulled it off. Maybe he had a bus or something. I mean, taking all those flights would be impossible. And obviously, him going around, he's going to get all this attention that he doesn't want. Now, Big Show and The Rock are in the ring. They're the only ones that seem like they have a shot. Now, Bradshaw, he has no shot. I should mention Bradshaw went on to become JBL and became world champion. Here comes the Mean Street Posse to beat up Bradshaw, but Bradshaw's beating the heck out of them. No, jeez. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Again, the action is nothing special. Just the most basic meat and potato stuff you'll ever see. Nobody even hit any big moves. Okay, here comes Kane, accompanied by Tori. He's the third major star to be in the ring now, behind Rock and Big Show. See, now we're getting to the people who actually have a shot. But if I was in charge of booking this match, I would have had Kane come out very early on. Right after Rikishi got eliminated, or even when Rikishi was still in the ring, I would have had Kane come out. Because Rikishi was anchoring down the first part of the match. And then after he was gone, boy, it's been nothing ever since. Now it's sort of just like waiting for the inevitable. You know it's going to come down to The Rock, Kane, Big Show. Nobody else in this match stands a chance, so they're going to get eliminated. And we're not even done with entrance yet, because X-Pac has the number 30 spot. So we'll find out when he comes out. What's up? Oh, Rock just clothesline Hardcore Holly down. This is something. Oh my goodness. Here comes the Godfather. And the ladies are coming out with the Godfather. These are New York City ladies. Kane just eliminated Prince Albert. While the Godfather makes his entrance, the crowd is distracted by the scantily clad women. The Attitude Era was a wonderful time, guys. I wish some of you who might be too young or weren't watching at the time, I wish you guys could have seen it. It was everything. Oh, Al Snow just eliminated Funaki again. Big hip toss by Kane on Al Snow. 10 seconds until the next entrant. Yeah, here comes X-Pac. He is number 30. He is the 30th and final participant. Okay, now everybody's in. So who do you think is going to win this match? Let me name who's in the ring right now. Godfather, Big Show, Al Snow, Kane, Hardcore Holly, X-Pac, Billy Gunn, Rock. And Hardcore Holly just got eliminated by Kane. Like I said before, the only stars in this match that could stand a chance are Rock, Kane, Big Show. Everybody else, nothing. Oh, I should mention Road Dogg is also in the ring, clutching the bottom rope, so he doesn't get eliminated. And Big Show eliminates Godfather, so they're emptying out the ring pretty quick now. The end is near. Okay, Samoan drop by Rock on Al Snow. Clothesline Al Snow over the top rope. The Rock and Al Snow had a little mini feud, which was very funny near the end of 99. Hey, Billy Gunn just eliminated the Road Dogg. And then Big Show just headbutted Billy Gunn. Kane, 3 uppercuts knock Billy Gunn out of the match. Final 4. Rock, Kane, Big Show, X-Pac. The Outlaws just pulled Kane out of the ring. And Kane is fighting them 2-on-1. Rock and X-Pac going at it. Holy moly! Rock with one of the greatest eliminations. He just threw X-Pac clean over the top rope, and X-Pac, I don't think he could break his fall there. It looked pretty nasty the way he fell. X-Pac just ran back in the ring because the referees didn't see X-Pac get eliminated. Oh, what a bump X-Pac took. Landed like flat back. Okay, so the final 4 still in there. Rock, Kane, Big Show, X-Pac. Now, Kane and Big Show are fighting. Rock and X-Pac are fighting. Man, none of these guys like each other. They've all been fighting each other over the past year. The Rock has had an issue with the Big Show since the Big Show debuted, which is funny. The Rock and Big Show have like an epic feud. Kane just lifted up the 500-pound Big Show and slammed him on the mat. X-Pac, spinning heel kick, just eliminated Kane from the Rumble. That is like the exclamation point on the X-Pac Kane feud. Bronco Buster by X-Pac on Big Show. Wow. Big Show stood right up, pressed X-Pac up, and threw him outside the ring. That is the end of X-Pac in this match. It is down to The Rock and Big Show. As expected, as foreshadowed earlier in the night. The Rock, big spine buster on Big Show. Crowd's going nuts now. They came here to see The Rock win this match. The Rock pulling off the elbow pad. Cameras going off in the audience. He's going to hit the people's elbow on the Big Show. And he hits it on the Big Show. The Rock about to eliminate him. No, Big Show blocks. Grabs The Rock for a chokeslam. Hits it. He just hit the Big Showstopper chokeslam. Now it's looking like Big Show's in control. Big Show's looking at the audience, basically saying, what are you going to do about it? I'm going to win this match. You can't stop me. Rock is flat on his back. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. After all that, after watching all those jobbers, all this match, we're going to get the Big Show winning. Big Show has Rock on his right shoulder. He's basically pointing as to where he's going to eliminate The Rock. And the Big Show was holding on to The Rock, went to throw him over the top rope, but The Rock reversed it, held on to the ropes, and Big Show went right over. He sailed right over to the top rope. Unbelievable. Now Big Show is walking to the back, angry. Rock is in the middle of the ring. His music is playing. The Rock is the winner of the 2000 Royal Rumble match. Good job, Rock. There you go. That's how it's done. Wow. I mean, The Rock was only 27 years old at this time, on top of the world right now, in January of 2000. Unbelievable. The Rock wins the Royal Rumble match in the year 2000 in the middle of Madison Square Garden in New York City. What a memory for him. And what a memory for all wrestling fans. It was a big deal that The Rock won the Rumble, because that means he's going to WrestleMania and everyone's hoping he wins that WWF Championship. The Rock is asking for the microphone. The crowd is happy to see that. Everybody always loves The Rock talking on the mic. Yeah, and what a show this has been. You talk about high quality entertainment. Check out Royal Rumble 2000. Definitely one of the best pay-per-views WWF ever produced in terms of entertainment value. There was a lull during the Royal Rumble match for sure, but still, entertainment value through the roof. The Rock said, finally, The Rock is going to WrestleMania. If you smell... And here comes Big Show running back to the ring and knocks down The Rock. He's angry. And now Big Show throws The Rock over the top rope. But the match is over. The Rock has been declared the winner. Basically, they're foreshadowing that this issue is not over between the Big Show and The Rock. The Rock has won the Rumble. He's headed to WrestleMania. But this thing with the Big Show is not done yet. They should have let The Rock celebrate. Come on. This was a huge moment. The crowd was waiting for that moment the whole night. The Rock winning the Rumble, celebrating. Everybody goes home happy. And the Big Show ruined it. And they're showing a replay of Big Show taking his frustrations out on The Rock. And that is the conclusion of WWF Royal Rumble 2000. Great show. You should definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. If you're going to watch one match, I would say Hardy's, Dudley's tables match, best match on the show. And thank you for watching.